Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on back to Leo Gaming. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I am having a fantastic day, and kind of a different start to episode. I normally start an episode by introducing myself, but today is a different type of episode, of course, because we're actually going to focus on the transit today. I've been thinking about it before getting started recording this episode. And I've been thinking about what our transit connection can be like. And I kind of have an idea about the tram network that we got so far that comes from this avenue down here, through our industrial area, past our wind farm over here, up our main avenue right here. One portion goes up over to that bridge, and then the other portion goes by Willow Meadows and comes down here. Now, what I'm thinking about this is connecting these two up by having the highway connect to an avenue right here that supports the trams, similar to what we have over here on this side. So that will be something that we can put into the works. Another thing is getting additional tram routes created. So like a tram route that will be going off in this direction, going over into this island, which we do have an additional tile that we can buy, by the way, so we'll look into that. And most likely it will join up with the circular line around here. I was thinking about having it use this turnaround, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe we should get rid of the turnaround, because maybe we don't need it. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Let's just do that. And what we'll do is we'll have the secondary line, the line that comes from this island over here, or peninsula, I'll call it, because we're on a peninsula, or on a peninsula right now, but still. And this line will actually continue off in this direction, whereas the circular line is going to go off in this one. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of. I think I'll do that in the form of a little bit of a time lapse, so it shouldn't be too long. Maybe about like maybe a 2-minute time lapse. I'm not too sure. So you guys will find that out. Anyway, enjoy the time lapse.
invincible.
Okay, so after that short little time lapse, well, for one, we have some power issues, which I'll solve here in just a moment. Or maybe. Oh, after that short little time lapse, we got Big Town. Pretty good money right there. I was not expecting that to happen, but what I was really wanting to accomplish during that time lapse is to try and just accumulate a little bit of funds. I wasn't really focusing on anything else to do. One thing that I do want to go and get set up here, though, is this, which is a geothermal power plant. Provides about 80 megawatts of power and is really useful because it replaces the need for oil power plants and coal power plants. It doesn't produce as much as an oil power plant because an oil power plant does 120, but it's still a lot better. Plus, it doesn't pollute. It has a noise pollution, but it doesn't actually have any regular pollution. So I see that as a positive. And I think at some point, I will have like a geothermal power plant area that's just like power plants. Because so that way we don't really have to worry about power. Now you can see I put in the first tram line. And you kind of have an idea about what it's doing here. It's just going around through the industrial area, like so, around the ring road pretty much of the central city. And since we have high density now, guess what that means? We can now start upgrading our housing situation that we got. Now, one thing that I decided to do, and I need to go and do this since I kind of forgot to do this. Let me go ahead and just replace this. We want 440. There we go. And if somebody's wanting to know why I keep placing these as 440, just watch Skystorm's City Skylines series, which he hasn't actually played City Skylines in forever. He recommends that 440 is like the best spacing in the game, which it is. Which I don't even think that the developers intentionally did that. But that's the way it happened. Anyway, back to the task at hand. We are going to start developing high density. In fact, I think that the first wave of high density is going to be in this area. So let's actually go ahead and start off. We don't have a lot of high density demand, so we might want to consider some building. Oh, first off, we might want to consider a university, because that's kind of what I left this area open for. I kind of wanted to build up a university, but having the regular university isn't actually that bad. This one is kind of like a European style university, and this one is supposed to be an international one, but it kind of just falls more in the smaller community universities more than anything. Yeah. And we do have availability to like the Modern Technical Institute, which is another type of university. An alternative to university, that is. We also have the trade school that we can start up, which I'm tempted to do. But I would need to go and start a campus area, which, to be honest, I don't mind the idea of. So let's just go and get a campus area started over here. And I'll just go and play it real simple. And I decided to go ahead and use one of the mass transit roads that I have right over here. This avenue bit right here is a one-lane two-way avenue, which, to be honest, I kind of like. It's one of my favorited type of roads, and if you really want to, you can upgrade this to have bus lanes, but I don't think we're going to need to use them. I don't think so. I don't think so. So one thing that I will do before I get started is I want to place a stop over here. And then I'll eventually go and get that connected with a path. So what we'll do, we'll grab the trade school and administration building, and we're just going to plop it down right here. Nice and easy. That starts off the Autumn College, which, to be honest, I think we'll rename that. And also something I haven't done in this series yet is rename our city. So I think that what we're going to call our city is we are simply going to call this Gamer City. I know it seems a bit generic, but we're going to roll with it. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish building this district here. And there we go. And in case anybody's wondering, the campus area works differently than a regular district or a park or anything else, because the campus area is seen as a additional building, and every one of your city services are going to go through your administration building more than anything. Now, one thing I will do, just to go and cut the flow a little bit, get something building right there, please. Preferably, like, right now. There we go. That should connect it up. Yes, it does. And what we will be doing with that is we're going to go and connect up a few paths. So I'm going to have a few paths connect up to the main road. Get rid of road guidelines because we'll need that. Let's go and have you go right there. Have you go like over here. And one thing that I'll have is kind of like a road, a bit coming right here. And I think what I'll do is move this stop to this segment so that way it's closer to the intersection. Would that actually work? It would, but let me see here. I would want to go and expand that unit first. So what I can do is I can move it here, keep it in line, and we just want to go ahead and drag this a little bit. And let's just go and grab our stop selection tool, move you to there, and we'll move you to right there. Perfectly nice. Okay. So that way it kind of provides a good connection to our actual college. Like, they don't have to go through the administration center to get where they need to go. They just need to have an access point to get to a spot within the college. So what we'll need to do is I'll need to go and grab you and build this out to there and there. And then what we'll grab with you, turn guidelines back on. And there we go. That's going to be a direct connection right there. What we'll have is a dormitory building. I'll place it right there. I'm going to have to relay that pathway. It's already occupied. Okay. And then as far as the study hall is concerned, you can actually... No. Let me go ahead and move the dormitory to about right there. Okay. So far so good. And we're going to place the study hall right there. I know that seems a little bit compact, but sometimes you have universities where they have a compact layout. So it kind of just works that way. Let's go back into this screen and let's go and get another... Ooh, okay, so we're going to need to grab you to there. And let's see, we also need to go and worry about the groundskeeping, which we can just put right over here, right next to the administration center. It's not a bad idea. And what we will do, grab you. Ooh, okay, so you're going to have to come out a few units. Okay. Oh, get rid of freaking road guidelines. Don't need them. Get rid of the grid as well. Well, no, that's not. That's the grid. Okay. We'll have it connect to the road right there. That's perfectly fine. As far as this is concerned... Oh, okay, so it doesn't like right there. And what we will do... turn all you back on. I want to have you come like this. Turn road guidelines off, please. Thank you. And what I'll do is just bring you to right there. And we can do something like this, like a connection. But let me go and check road guidelines. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Not bad. Not bad to go and start it off. I think I'll have another dorm building like right here. And I think we want to have a book club somewhere. Maybe can't really place it over there. I kind of want to keep this as like within this block as much as possible. Because I don't want it to be like completely spread out. Since this is kind of like the trade school, it's kind of like the lower end university. Once when we get to about like 2,300, I believe it is, we'll go in and get the regular university. So there we go. And let's just go ahead and have you go right there. Let's have the book club about right there. Is that pretty good? Yeah, it's on a little bit of a hill, but I think that's perfectly fine. Everything else looks perfectly fine as well. What I will do, because it actually is at a good point, I'm gonna have another stop right there and right there. So that way it actually looks pretty nice as well. Now I think that if I have you stop there, I can go ahead and get a good idea about how long this road needs to be. Okay. Go ahead and just try and move you down to about right there. Okay. And that should be pretty good. They'll fix themselves automatically, so we don't need to worry about that. And what else do we got going on to worry about? Well, we can go ahead and get some more residential zone because we do need that at the moment. So let's go ahead and first zone off the inner bits right here. And a bit right there. We'll also zone in a bit of high density commercial right here. And I'm going to get this area zoned into a district. Yes. We are going to get this zoned into a district because we want to have some unique policies put in place. Now let's go and get this filled on in. And I want to have this district be a little bit special. I say a little bit because I'm not too sure. We can go European or European suburbia. I don't really want to worry about either. But what we will utilize is some city planning policies and heavy traffic ban in this area. So that means no industrial vehicles will actually use this area. And what we can also do is use the Old Town policy to forbid traffic from actually passing through here. So they're going to need to go onto the main road and utilize it that way. Let's see here. We're also going to want to have... Let me think. We can't get high-tech housing because that's at 8,000. Taxation, let's not worry about you yet. Also, speaking of taxes, I forgot to raise the taxes for the high density. So let's go and get you filled on in. And what I will use is a bit of some offices just right here. So that way it kind of will feed the industrial demand a little bit. And then what we'll utilize is some more high density right there and some more about right there. Now, the commercial isn't going to build up because we don't have a demand for it at the moment. But let's go and keep getting some policies enacted here. So let's go and get power and water usage here. Smoke detector distribution. What is another thing that we can have? Over here, we want to go and recycle plastic, potentially. Nah, we'll leave it alone for now. What is about book fair? Book fair cost public libraries upkeep increase by 100%, and increase happiness and entertainment within the public libraries. Okay. Okay. Like, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. It's not a bad idea to the imagination whatsoever. So, what else can we potentially put in here? Well, potentially go ahead and get the smoking ban implemented in this district. And maybe go and get a Parks and Rec going as well. Because I think I want to go and get a park built. Also, is that actually connected? It is. So let's go and get a park built up over here. I kind of want to have one that fits in nice and easy. Potentially this one. It's actually a pretty big park. So yeah, it's a small park, but it's actually a pretty big one. It doesn't fit on that road, but it does fit on this main road right here. Any other parks we can potentially utilize? If we don't want to utilize that, that's up here. We can't utilize that. What else? I kind of don't want to build up a park right here because that's something I want to save for later. The park with trees is something I want to utilize, but it's going to take some time. So let's just go ahead and utilize the small park. Put you like right there, and then put a... Can't put you down. Can't put you down. Okay, I don't have a... Well, I do have a 4-wide park, but it's just a Japanese garden. We'll leave it alone. So that is the park right there. We can go ahead and utilize some pathways, and we'll utilize the gravel pathways because that's what the game has built into this park. And let's go ahead and get just a few pathways built up. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. We don't need to worry about it too much. We could try and like expand it over to like this side, but that's not going to really work. So let's go ahead and just leave that alone for now. How about some fencing? Fencing is going to be useful. Let's going to have you go there and you go... oh, come on. Get rid of that. Thank you. And have you just go along that side. You over to there. And I'll go and use move it to go ahead and modify this. So let's go ahead and move you. Oop. Forgot to go and toggle the snapping. Let's go have you go right there and you go right there. Okay. You go about right there. And let's say you go about right there. And over there. And just a little bit of detail work that we're going to have here towards the end of this episode. I'm pretty sure in the next one we're going to mostly focus on some more detail work. And I also want to go and quickly get some buses put in as well. Kind of like community little buses that are just going around different districts. I do also need to expand the Summit Square district. Also, we are having some garbage issues. Uh-oh. What's the garbage issues that we're having? Might be the fact that our garbage place that we got is full, potentially. Maybe. Let's check. Yep, garbage processing is below average, and our landfill fill is full. Let's go and get that sorted with a couple incinerators. Right there on the tram line, but it shouldn't be too big of an issue. In fact, it's right there next to the tram stop. Yeah, let's just go ahead and move that around, potentially. I didn't even realize that it was right next to the tram stop, so there we go. I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and get this area zoned back in with some industrial. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot about that. Let's go. Let's see. The trams look like they are getting used pretty well. Like, these trams have a capacity of 300 each, so we have a little bit of an excess. We can potentially like decrease that here pretty shortly. One thing that I do want to get taken care of is all these abandoned buildings that we got going around. I'm guessing that's just because of trash pile up, so that could be why. A lot of buildings over here, jeez. And get rid of all of you. There we go. Most likely we'll have more pop up later. Any more? Got 1, 2, 3. Any more that I'm not seeing? Right there. Boom. Boop, 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 boop. No more in this district. Not from what I see. Nothing really in here. Oh, a lot over here. Okay. Okay. It's gonna get you guys taken care of. This is kind of like the little tedious portion of the actual video where you're like, is he really doing this on screen? Yes, I'm really doing this on screen. And to be honest, it can be kind of soothing when you go ahead and go through and delete all your abandoned buildings and then watch the new ones spawn in. Kind of like it. In this area, we got a couple... this area we actually built in the last episode, which I gotta say, I really like. I want to do more little like neighborhoods like this. Most likely once when we expand out to like a couple different suburbs, like have a suburb over on this island and maybe something over here in this direction. Who knows? Who knows? But I think with that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to end off the video there. We got a lot of work done today. We focused on getting the tram set up and finished. We got this entire area all built up. We got a university started, which that is actually impacting us. 1% of our population at the moment is highly educated. So that's actually really good. We are seeing a turnout right there. We're also going to need to upgrade our elementary schools because I betcha, yeah, we need a little bit more elementary school capacity. So what I will do real quick before we actually leave here, I know that's kind of in like we are almost at capacity for high school. University, wow. That university is actually over capacity. Oh, wait, what? How is... Say what? You have 202 students there, whereas this says 1,000. 1,000 capacity. Oh, duh, right here. That's our capacity, duh. I guess it's just the amount of students that we actually got in there, not all of them, though. We are actually making a profit with our education, which is kind of surprising because you don't really see a profit come in on your education at all. One thing that I will do is going to get a research grant started. And let's go ahead and just call the episode there because we are going on for way too long. Anyway, I will check you guys in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and drop a like if you want to see more like this. We now need name suggestions for our new college, and we still need 3 name suggestions for our districts. Well, now 3 name suggestions. We also need one for our little park, and potentially we'll do something else in the next episode. I'll see you guys then. Ciao for now.